What's up, guys? Hey, welcome. This is a different type of video, alright? Now, this is more of an experiment for you guys because I have no idea whether you're going to like this kind of stuff. But, nevertheless, I'm going to give it a go. Why not? It would be pretty cool for me because, you know, this is what I do when I don't play League. So, if I can record this and you guys really like it, then it means that I will basically have no excuse to not put any kind of video up on the channel. Let me know if you think I should do a different channel to put this kind of stuff on for you guys that really do want to watch it, so it doesn't clog up my main channel. But without further ado, this is Medieval Total War 2. I've got the epic music on in the background because I thought it'd be fitting. This is one of the biggest battles I have ever played on Medieval Total War. As you can see what type of game it is. If you're really far into this kind of game, these kind of games, essentially from a bird's eye view, and you've got to command your troops, you can move them around and stuff, tell them to attack, tell them to defend, put them on defense, you know, all these kind of things. It's an empire game. You know, on the campaign map, it's not like this all the time. On the campaign map, it's just a map, pretty different. When you do battles, you go into the battle and you do the battles. So, at some point during the game, after so many turns, you get to the stage. I'm not sure what year it is at the moment in the game, but we've just had gunpowder discovered, so we've got some gunpowder coming in, which means that here comes the Mongol invasion. Now, I'm playing Byzantines, or Byzantine, or whatever the fuck they're called, because I've never played them before. I mean, I've been playing this game since I was about 13, 14, and I've never played these guys before. I just completed my first complete total world domination, and it took me a long time to do, and I played as Germany, as they're called in this, the Holy Roman Empire. I just completed it, so I thought, you know, let's do something a little bit different. Let's play as you know, play a faction in kind of like the more eastern part, kind of Middle East-ish kind of regions. The Byzantines isn't really, because it's Constantinople where their capital is, so it's not really Middle East, I guess. But it's more east. Currently, we're really strong. I've conquered a lot. Got Jerusalem. Got a lot of the Middle East. Egypt are about to be destroyed completely by me. I tried to take a different approach to this kind of campaign. That approach was to be more passive, focus on trade, peace, and alliances. But alas, you know, I don't know whether it's programmed to be the way, but I guess it is called Medieval Total War. I tried my hardest, and I had to just resort back to killing people. But I've said to myself that this campaign is going to be not me declaring war on people, because normally when I start a campaign, I just declare war on pretty much everybody, and I just go absolutely ham, exploit them, and just fucking take everything. This time I'm not. I made alliances with the Turks, made alliances with Egypt, but they declared a holy jihad on my capital, so consequently they had to declare war on me to do so, and of course they're going to answer the call of jihad, so it got a little bit bloody. They failed, obviously. I mean, I'm Dread, right? But they're going to win. So back to this battle here. So the Mongols have invaded. Just imagine it in your head. They've come from you know, Asia. They've just come onto the map, and they want to sweep out everybody. They actually went for a long while just kind of wandering around the map as a big group of like 10, I'd say 10 armies, full armies, which is absolutely destruction, an absolute mass of a force. I mean, it's huge. There'll be no empire that can cope with it. So I decided that of all the castles, all the cities that were in that vicinity, because you never know where they're going to go. I mean, they come as a horde, and then they just decide that they're going to siege one of your cities or castles at random. I mean, they look like they're going towards one place, and then they'll just decide that they don't want to go to that place anymore, and they want to go to another place. So now they've decided to go to my new capital, Iconium. I think the region's called Iconium, or I think it is called Iconium. So this is the city of Iconium. I built it up pretty fucking big. This used to be owned by the Turks. As you can see, it's, you know, it's very Middle Eastern kind of style city because I took it from them, and I've been fortifying it for a very long while. And as you can see, I've got a lot of troops here. We've got a lot of spear militia. We've got a few Varangian Guard, or however you say it, Varangian, which are the most elite troops that you can have on Byzantine, playing Byzantine. So quickly compare the look at the stats and just look at, you know, what we've got. Unfortunately, this is in the way, which is really fucking annoying. Their attack is really low. Their charge bonus is really low. So these are defensive troops. As you can see, their abilities at a glance, bonus fighting cavalry. So this is the reason why I've got them in mass numbers, because obviously the Mongols, the Mongol invasion, their armies are 80% cavalry, if not 85-90%. So this is why I've got these guys. These guys are really crap. Shield is really, really good. That's a key part because they have a lot of cavalry archers. So it's fucking epic music. They have a lot of cavalry archers. So long as my troops are facing the arrows, as long as the arrows are coming towards them, the shield defense will come into effect. Otherwise, if they get shot in the back or the side, then that shield defense bonus gets completely lost, and so they only have one armor and they won one defensive skill. So these guys are absolute shite. So you need them in mass numbers for them to be effective in any way, shape, or form. But they do have bonus fighting cavalry, which is the reason why I have them. Now I think their attack gets multiplied by 2 or 3. So I know exactly what their attack is. Their attack is 5, which is really crap. You got to imagine these guys have armor as well, so that armor is going to be taking away that damage. But because it's times by 2, 2.5, 3, or something like that, it doesn't actually say. You know, it's then, you know, 10 or 15 attack that they have against these cavalry. So they do kind of murder the cavalry after a while. But you have to have mass numbers, which is what I've got here, obviously. So that's the spear militia. So we'll head over to what we've got. Archer militia. So Byzantine's archer militia is supposed to be a lot better than any other kingdom that you have in medieval Total War 2, and they do. I mean, the archer militia is far more superior to any other. Their defensive skills, not 1, it's 3, which is pretty decent. I don't actually think they have armor, but because I've got the necessary buildings, I could give them 1 armor, so they've at least got 1 armor, which is decent enough. Their actual melee attack is actually 5, which is the same as spear militia, which is decent as well. And their missile attack, I believe, is 5 as well. Charge bonus, I think, is 1 or 2, so it's not too much. But we're not going to be using them for charging, because why would we do that? So we've got a fair few of those. So the whole premise of this is to have a huge mass wall of spearmen in all directions, which I've got plenty of power to do, and then we're going to whack all my archers in the middle, and we're just going to pepper them with arrows. The Varangian guards, I'm basically just going to use to fortify certain positions where it's needed, really. So that's my army. As you can see, the Mongols are over here. They're on 3 sides, actually. If you look at the map down here, I'm not going to go through their troops because I can't, because I'm not in range. So you've got a lot of, basically these troops are just like, there's a lot of Mongol heavy archers, there's a lot of Mongol infantry, which, you know, a lot of them, they have bows and they fight, and they're really good at both. So it's kind of a win-win situation for them. So you've got these guys, you've got some trebuchets in there, you've got some rocket launchers, because obviously we've introduced gunpowder has been introduced into the game because we're that far in. So they've got that, they've got some siege towers, but I'll get on to why I don't really care that they have all of this shit very soon. So I think this is the main army. This is the main army that actually sieged. The rest of the armies are kind of like backups. This army is just full-on cavalry. I don't think this is one of the armies that actually have infantry in, which is kind of rare to see from the Mongols. So these guys won't be able to get in, but as soon as there's a breach, they will you know, probably over here. They will end up walking all the way around here and coming in here. So we'll look out for that. Now we have another army over here as well, which is exactly the same. Again, they've got some infantry in there. This infantry is actually the worst infantry they have. They're mainly just archers. They're pretty much the same as my archer militia, so they shouldn't pose too much of a problem. These ones are a Mongol infantry, which is like best of both worlds. They're good at firing, they're good at hand-to-hand combat, and they have good armor. So this is the biggest battle that I've ever fought on Medieval Total War. Bearing in mind, I've been playing this game since I was 14, around 14. I don't know exactly when. Must have been around 14. Actually, probably a little bit earlier than that. Probably 12, 13. This is the biggest battle. So the strategy we're going to go for is we do have ballista towers. So these towers are going to be firing huge bolts, siege weaponry bolts. As you guys probably know what a ballista is. They don't actually have any, so I can't really show you, but they're basically just massive, huge, massive crossbows, roughly the size of a catapult, and they just, as you can imagine, they fire a massive, huge bolt. They're really accurate. They don't do much damage to towers and stuff like that, as much as catapults and trebuchets do. So, but these towers will be firing it periodically, but as long as they're in range. Now, trebuchets got way more superior range than these ballista towers, so I can't use these ballista towers. I can't fortify the walls. There's just no way I can do that. Not a chance. So we're gonna have to abandon the walls completely. You've got all these roads here, so we've got to think about where they're going to come in. So we could fortify this position here. It's a good crossroad. We could put men here, men here, men here. So when they come in here, they're kind of boxed in. Their flanks are completely exposed, and they're going to be attacked on all sides. But we're not going to do that. The reason is for that is because we've got an army here, and we've got an army here, and my troops can get flanked as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to head up. We're going to fortify this middle section. I've got enough troops to fortify all three sides here, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So we're just going to just get them in the middle, just for starters. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to make boxes on every one of these little openings. If it's going to let me. I don't actually think it's going to. Game's quite old, but sometimes, although you can see my troops can clearly go there because it's coming up with this, it's not letting me. It always does this. It really pisses me off when it does that, but whatever. We're just going to put them there then in that case, and we're going to start battle. This is the setup stage, boys. The setup stage. So we're going to have 4 on each one. We're going to have one side where we're not fully fortified. And that's going to be this side. It's a very thin corridor, and I really do doubt that they're going to actually come around this area because they've got no siege equipment. They're not going to be able to get in through here. So all 3 armies are going to have to funnel through this area here. They may decide that they want to go around and flank me. Either way, we still have a small force there, which, you know, I can take some troops away from one area and fortify the next area. So that's not a problem. Okay, so we'll have 4 there. We'll have 4 over here. Just make sure that they just put them there, and I'll sort them out in a minute. And then we're going to have 2 over here, just to really fortify that. So now it comes to the archers. So we're going to have 4 lots of archers just here, and then we're going to have 3 lots of archers just here. Now I'm going to use these. If they do come down these sides, then I'm going to turn these ones on here. These 4 I'm not going to touch, because I guarantee you most of the force is going to come from here. So yeah, I'm not going to touch them. The Varangian Guard I'm going to put here, because like I said, most of them are going to come through here. So and I think we're all ready. I'm going to put everybody on defensive. So this means that if for the Spear Militia and the Varangian Guard, this means that when they're attacking a unit, if that unit decides to back off or they start running away, they're not going to follow them. Also, they're going to keep a solid wall as such. If they're not in combat, like the single troops themselves, if they're not in combat, they will stand there with the shield up, and they they won't move, which is really what I want. Basically, a shield wall is basically what I want. I want to have this whole bit completely thick with troops, shield wall them up, easy peasy, pepper them with archers, with arrows. So we've just put everybody on defensive. I'm just gonna do this because this is OCD is getting. Okay, right, now we're done. Okay, so we're also going to take these off a skirmish because I don't want, because that basically means that if the enemy gets too close, they're going to start backing off a little bit and then firing, just to make sure they don't get into hand-to-hand combat. Now, I don't want that happening because this is where I need to defend, so I'm not going to have them do that because that's going to be really stupid. I'm actually going to take them off fire. I don't know why the computer decides to do that. I think it's mainly because it assumes that I'm going to fortify the walls and fire arrows at these guys to try and set on fire. So I'll turn that off. I'm also going to turn off fire at will because I personally like to make them fire on the unit types that I want them to fire at. And I think we're all done. Right? I think there is anything else. Let's just go ahead and turn this up. 50%. I love it when you click on these guys. The Rangian God! That's great, man. Okay, alright, let's do this. Now what the computer's going to do is it's going to cause as much damage to my buildings as humanly possible. There's two reasons for that. One of the reasons is, is because it means, it kind of makes sense, to be honest, it really does, that they want... They will use all the ammunition in their power, basically, to take out as much defense, as much of the defense that I have on my walls as humanly possible. I mean, who wouldn't, right? We're actually not going to box, we're going to do a, don't know what the fuck it's called. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do, I don't know what it's fucking called. We're actually going to do this. Let's just do that. I'm going to put these guys here. I don't see a reason why not. It means if I need to shove these guys over here for extra support or something, then it'll be, you know, easily accessible because they're on the back. But they're definitely hammering at my walls right now. Holy shit. It's really awkward because I can't do a box here. I'm gonna do a triangle. A bit weird, right? There we go. Makes things a lot easier. So as you can see, these armies aren't moving because the computer knows that they can't do fuck all because they don't have any siege equipment. They don't have anything at all. So these guys, they're letting these guys do the job for them. Why they decided to go for that one section of the wall when it could have easily have gone here, I have no idea. Now if I had cavalry, the Byzantines have cavalry that are really fast at moving. I would actually have them here, which means that these two towers would actually activate. But they don't. So at the moment we're gonna have to fucking wait. They could come from behind as well. It's another option. This is gonna be probably the toughest battle that I've actually faced. I'm glad I prepared for it, and I'm kind of suffering a little bit because I prepared so much for it. There must be like 4 castles and 3 cities that just have full garrisons. You gotta bear in mind I have to pay for them, so it's costing me a hell of a lot. But I don't want to risk. There's no way I'm letting these fucking turds take one of my cities and start an establishment. I'm not letting it. It's not happening. Either that or they're going to have to pay a hefty fucking price for it. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to speed it up a little bit. Because this is what I mean. You know, they take out a section of the wall every time. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ. Come on, man. Just come in through the wall. Come on, what's going on? we'll speed up a little bit more. Ah, there we go. Again, I don't know why they did 2, like, it's just really pointless. Alright, so now we get to see the movement of everyone else. So this army is moving around to the gap like I predicted they were going to. And of course, on the other side, we've got the other Mongol army, which is, of course, doing exactly the same. This is going to be one huge, massive bukkake. There might be some FPS drops, guys, so I do apologize. I could go ahead and turn some of the graphics down, maybe. Let's turn this down. Unit detail. Let's not have it on low. Let's have it on high. The effects. We could probably turn those down. In fact, we could probably turn this down to the lowest. This will hopefully help out the FPS. So we've got to keep an eye. We've got to keep an eye on where these guys are going. As you can see down on the bottom right, we've got them right there. We could do a little bit of zooming in here. Don't know why I didn't zoom in the first place. So Mongol horse archers, they're really crap. But you know. Alright, so now I've got my obviously the computer's dumb as fuck, so they've just sent in really shit horse archers. Do you know what? Nah, I kind of don't want to do that. It looks like they're all going to funnel into one position. So I'm just going to head up. Back these guys over here real quick. Take these guys away. Fortify this position here. I'll leave those guys there for now, because I don't actually know exactly what they're going to do and I don't want to make that mistake. God, they're hammering at this side. Holy shit. Little turds. These archers don't have much range, which is really annoying. Let's go ahead and hit up the Mongol heavy archers. We'll leave the archers firing because I don't really want to hit my own troops. This is what I'm talking about, boys. Oh, can they actually reach? No, they can't. Hang on.
Our enemies' ladders have reached our walls.
That's annoying.
It is time for
maybe if I put them a tiny little bit closer. The problem is I don't want to overlap them because they end up firing up because they don't want to fire at another unit in front of them. If that makes any sense. So they end up firing like these guys are doing here. They fire up and down because they don't want to hit their own troops. It's kind of what I don't want to happen. Are we in range? We're still not in range, boys. That sucks. It really doesn't look like they're going around. So we're actually going to head up. We're going to fortify this side bit for some reason. Now the cool thing is that doing this kind of tactic is really, really effective. It actually, I'm not going to say it does, but it's really easy to just take these two rows here and just collapse, just send them in here, and you know they're completely cut off. They can't even run away, and their morale just drops like a stone. Obviously, I'm not going to do it straight away. Right, now I can have all of them firing, which is nice. Let's pepper these guys, baby. See, this is what I was talking about. I mean, it's not so bad because I've got so many troops firing, and it really isn't so bad. Oh, the FPS dropped. But at the same time, I'm hitting my own troops. It's a shame. New ones are coming along. Start attacking those guys. Now something happened with all these Mongol armies. I don't know what happened. I'm still trying to work it out in my head. But I think whilst they were going along the campaign map, they hit the most unlucky disaster, and I believe it was an earthquake. Because you have natural disasters on the campaign map. You know, when you end a turn, it will come up with, in Cairo or something, an earthquake's happened and you've lost this amount of citizens, you lost this amount of troops, and earthquakes are actually the ones that really hurt you the most. It's looking a bit fishy. We've got the heavy lancers coming in. Looking a little bit on the fruity side. Again, I'm just going to keep firing here, not here, because it's not as effective. I want them to fire straight. I don't want them to fire up, because the accuracy gets crap. I mean, I just saw an arrow go over here. But we've got over here, so I've lost 17%, I've lost 15%. It's tight. It's fucking tight. Now, it doesn't look like they're going around whatsoever, so... It doesn't really matter that my generals just died, because they're all in this, like, square bit here, and thus they can't run away. So, even if they look, you know, they're shaken. Even if they get to the point where they're wavering and they can't drop any lower than that, they can't start just running off somewhere, routing. Fuck me, this is fucking khaki, baby. Will we win it? That is the question. Gonna have to fortify the side bit. Holy shit. Oh, no, that's one of my men. Never mind. The Varangian Guard trying its best. Fend them off. I didn't actually show you the damage. These guys, I mean, their attack is huge. Their charge bonus is the same as as like heavy horseman charge, which is absolutely nuts. They're effective against armor as well, which is not so. It's kind of a rare trait to have in Byzantine Empire. Their troops, they just don't have effective against armor abilities, or any troops don't really have that ability. Good morale, good stamina, which is just the most beastly trait that any unit can have. They will stay there until all of them are dead. Basically, they will not run. They're fucking beastly, dude. Armor is 7, shield is 3, which is decent enough, and defensive skills 5, which is really good. And it would be at night time as well. It's quite fitting. I like it. Oh no, they're sending troops around the side, dude. No. Oh, that's a bummer and a half. Fuck. That sucks. Giant hard rock. Have to take these guys away from the side here. To be honest, they're kind of evening out on all sides, so you can see how many dead horsemen are on the ground right now. Firing away at these guys, absolutely hammering at them. I'm actually going to start firing in the middle. It's getting a bit sketchy. Getting a bit sketchy. Base plug this up real quick. Get over there, boys. Get over there. God, the FPS drops. I think any computer would struggle with this. So many arrows flying everywhere. Holy shit. Now I see that their bodyguard is actually here. So in actual fact, if their bodyguard, the bodyguard is where the general's at. Now if the general dies, that means the army take a massive morale penalty, which is kind of a key to victory. There's a gap coming in here. That's really not good. That sucks a lot of penis. There's the first one that's got in. Back these guys away real quick. I'm so convinced these guys are actually going to win. I don't think they are. Back these guys up. This really isn't looking good, boys. It's not looking good. I've lost most of my troops. Let's go send them all on a Just send them in. Send them in, boys. Yeah, well, you know, unprofessional troops. These are unprofessional troops. I mean, they're not as professional. They're not well armored, equipped as the Mongols are, which is unfortunate. Trying to get rid of. Obviously, they're fucking attacking my archers, which sucks dick, but they're still firing, which is good. Just trying to do as much damage as possible at this point, boys. There's no way I was gonna win this. Holy shit. I think it would have been a better idea if I hadn't have gone with the square, the box, the V. Maybe. I don't know. The thing is, they push my guys back a bit too far, and yeah, it kind of sucks. Yeah, these guys are done for. They managed to take out about 15. Not looking good, boys. It's not looking good. Not looking good. Oh, the music. No, brave men, they fought so goddamn valiantly. Okay, it's cringing me out now. Why did I put this music on? It's like they died honorably. They will forever be missed. Jesus. Interested to see the stats at the end, how many actually I killed.
Only intervention by the Almighty Lord or a military genius.
Yeah, alright. Telling me what I already know. Fuck off. Go do one. Let's just, do you know what? Let's speed this up. Let's get it over and done with. Oh! FPS loss. Get up, boys! Get up! They're killing their own troops. I love the computer. Very smart. I don't know, I reckon we would have lasted a little bit longer if I hadn't had to pull the unit from here. I could have plugged that hole up with them. Would have lasted a little bit longer, but alas, the last two troops. Get them, boys, get them. God! Nope, that's it, it's done. Alas, we have lost. Look at this, dude. Look how many dead bodies there are. And they had so many more men just waiting. God damn. Such a shame. Look at that. I lost 1.2k, but they weren't only spear militia. You know, that's something I gotta add there. They were only spear militia, which is, you know, for me, not so much of a big loss. Look at all the inflicted. I mean, some groups of spear militia, I mean, they barely killed anybody. I think it was definitely more their archers that did the most. The archer militia doing the most damage. These guys, 86, 83. It's decent, man. Okay, they caught a few prisoners. Yeah. Not so bad, not so bad. The Franken guards racking up 62 here. 26, they must have got barrage with archers. I mean, arrows, probably. Well, we lost. Simple as. I kind of expected for this to happen. But do you know what? All in all, how many did we kill? What? 2, 3, 4, 5. Around about 560 or I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Their troops are worth a lot more. Their troops are worth a lot more. It is a shame. We lost that. My new capital has been taken. Look, see, I mean, look at this shit, dude. They just wrap around you. They encase you in troops, and alas, that is what happens. Wait, what's going on here? They've just... Oh! I think they just lost it. Oh, they just lost it. Oh, shit. So what just happened there is they actually took the place, but I know I have this on hard. I have this campaign, specific campaign on hard. So there's a lot more troops, you know, losing heart and disbanding armies and stuff like that, and you get a lot of more heretics and all that kind of stuff. But oh, that's nuts actually, because now they don't have an establishment now. They don't have their first city. It's fucking, my dudes have just rebelled. What a fucking rebellion. Now they've got to spend more time. Now I can come back at them with a force. See, this is what I did. I prepared myself with all these elite troops. Not so much over here, but more here. I'm gonna come down on them with like a ton of bricks, boys, listen. We're gonna fuck these guys up. Anyway, thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. I mean, like I said, I've been playing this game for such a long time, and I was a little bit cautious in doing a video for you guys of a different game, because I thought you guys would be like, "Oh shit, he's gonna start different games." Nah, I'm good, and now unsubscribe. I lost faith, but fuck it. If you guys like it, you like it. Simple as that. Much love to you guys. Thank you for joining the video. Jesus Christ. It's starting to piss me off now. Thank you guys for joining. The battle for... Where was it? Was it Iconium? Or Cosia? Or something like that? Yeah, Iconium. The battle for Iconium was lost. I lost the battle. But I'm not going to lie here, boys. Even if I had won that battle, they would have just come at me again. And as you can see how many troops they have, I mean, this is ridiculous.
You will have no rights once you are my prisoner. Struggle if you like. I will take your lands and women regardless.
It's very rude. Thank you guys for joining. Much love to all you guys. Obviously, we're going to be doing streams and stuff, so make sure you hit that up. My social media is down in the description. Hit me up on some social media. Mainly Facebook is the prime social media. Try to get my Twitter up and running, but you guys seem just don't want to have anything to do with my Twitter. So still, if you want to go on my Twitter, you can. When I get enough followers, I'll start posting and stuff on there more than I do now. But thank you guys for joining. Much love and peace out.